My name is Scottie Zamzow, and I'm 49 years old.
What were you in the military? Like, what specifically?
Well, I was in the Air Force for 24 years, and I was a pilot in the Air Force, and I flew F-15Es, F-16s, and then I taught pilot training in T-38s and T-6s.
What made you decide to be in this?
Well, this is a weird answer for you. I joined the Air Force because I wanted to play football. I went to the Air Force Academy because the Air Force Academy would take a 165-pound lightweight like myself on the football team. But when I got to the Air Force Academy, that's when I was introduced to the Air Force and to service and aviation. And so once I started flying, I realized that I really, really liked flying, and that's what I wanted to do for a career.
Can you just tell me some of the places that you've been?
Well, in 24 years in the Air Force, we were stationed at 12 different places. So that's 12 different moves in 12 different cities across the country and then overseas as well. So just to name a few, we were in Wichita Falls, Texas. We were in Miami, Florida. We were in Las Vegas, Nevada. We were in Washington, D.C. And then probably the most exciting place that I was stationed was overseas in the UK.
So, with raising a family, being in like the military, what was it like for you personally?
So having a family and being in the military is definitely has trade-offs. For one, I'll talk from my perspective. It wasn't as hard as it was on my wife and my kids, because from my perspective, wherever I went, I had a job, and so it was pretty seamless for my transition from job to job because I just always did what I did, which was fly. But I think it's really hard on the family because so say if your wife happens to work, well, whenever you move from one place to another, your job doesn't move with you necessarily. So I think that's really hard on the spouse.
So I know you've learned a lot of things, but could you kind of just tell me like one of the main things that still like affects you today that you learned?
Yeah, okay, well, you're right. This is a really good question, and there's probably a lot of really good answers. But I would say probably the main thing I learned throughout my time in the Air Force is that what you're really gonna, at the end of the day, at the end of my 24 years of being in the Air Force, what do I really remember and what do I really cherish? And I think it's the people. It's my friends. And these will be lifelong friends because the bonds you develop while you're deployed, or while you're in harm's way, or while you're going through some really hard times. Those are the friends that you're going to keep in touch with, probably for the rest of your life. So the people, the friends, and just the teamwork that it takes to make these Air Force missions happen. It's never about yourself. That's what you learned. You may think it's about you. You may think you're really good at whatever it is you do, but I'll just say from a pilot's perspective, if you don't have the maintenance personnel on the ground that are helping that airplane, get to fly, or you don't have the people that are working in the tower that are clearing you for takeoff, or you don't have any number of people, right? Your doctors, your dentists, your administration clerks. It takes an entire team to make the mission happen. And that's really what I learned. It's all about teamwork.